What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV, back here for another Tottenham update and another slow news day in terms of transfers. But we've scoured the internet and seen what we can find. But no, there is a few updates from a few reliable sources. And let's start off with Ali Gold, as he says Antonio Conte has personally requested the signing of a new central midfielder this January.
I'm sure he has.
But will we get one? Will we get one? That's the question.
Yeah, that's a good question. I'm sure Conte's requested a lot, not just a midfielder, but whether he'll get what he wants is always the eternal problem with Tottenham and their managers, isn't it? So I hope we get one. I hope we get a midfielder, and I hope we get a right back, and I hope we get a striker, and I hope we get a centre back. But can't get everything that you want. Look,
you can't always get what you want.
I can't. I think. I reckon we have other priorities. I reckon that's why I think we saw. What was it? The report saying that Levy and Lewis and Paratici decided a wing back and a striker is more important. So, as much as Conte wants a midfielder, I reckon we're going to go with other players before we get one of those.
Yeah, well, let's hope we just get some players in. You know what I mean? Just get some players in. Let's move on. Romano has been talking about Spurs as well, and he says, this is a direct quote from Fabrizio, he says, they need to sell and want Ndombele to leave. Same for Bergwijn. Ajax interested. Keep an eye on Delhi, looking for solutions there. A swap deal could be the solution. They need to sell. They will jump for a centre-back after they do sell. Conte wants one as soon as possible. Do you see that as maybe a pressing issue in terms of before a midfielder?
Isn't it always getting people out? But it's always been another one, an eternal problem forever. Is this is like we're going into this window thinking things are different. We're just hearing the same shit, aren't we? We're just hearing the same stuff, and that's the most annoying thing. Sell before we buy. We want this player, but we know we're going for a loan instead of buying him, and the deal's going to go till deadline day. It's going to drag out. It's the same thing. It's the most frustrating thing in terms of Dele and Ndombele. I'm not surprised we want them out because they're such on big wages. You know, Dele's on over 100 grand a week, and Ndombele's on 200 grand a week. Oh, Levy does want to add wages to the squad without getting some wages off the books, which I get. But unfortunately, we don't have the luxury of waiting for these players to go out because if we don't get any players in, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. We're going to fall short again of the top four. So it's on Levy to make sure he gets things moving.
Yeah, absolutely spot on. It's just a hard situation we're in. Every single bloody window, it's the same reports, same stories, regurgitated news. It's just tiring to read, to be honest. It really is. But let's move on even more. Adama Traore, let's talk about him now. Ali Gold says, here we go. In order to allow funds for other moves, Tottenham are attempting to sign Adama Traore on a loan with an obligation to buy. Romano says next week is important for transfer news for Tottenham. Keep an eye on Adama Traore, and he said this yesterday, so he's talking about this week. And Sports actually say Barcelona have made Adama Traore their #1 target to replace Ousmane Dembele. Adama wants to return to Barcelona, and his agent is working on a move. Tottenham Hotspur also want the winger.
Don't buy that. Don't buy Barcelona wanting back.
No, me neither.
But in terms of us wanting a loan, I can definitely buy that. That's definitely true. I can guarantee you that. One part of me is thinking, look, if we are looking for a loan with an obligation to buy for the summer so that we can spend more money in this window, then I'm all for it. But if it's just so, if we're only doing that first of all to get the cheapest deal, and we're not going to get anyone else, then it's like just get them in now. Like, hurry up, because time's ticking away.
It's not like they're talking about like massive amounts of
20
money
million
as well. You know what I
20
mean?
million.
It's ridiculous. The amount of money we've pissed about in the last like 3 or 4 years, and they're talking about 20 million to bring in someone that's going to improve our first team. Like, do it, man.
Yeah, just get it over the line. And I don't understand it's just frustrating because we need to get other deals done. We only take it one deal at a time, Tottenham, don't we? That's how we like to do it. Oh, we can't go for anywhere else because we're fully concentrating on this deal. It's like,
what happened to Paratici working on 20,000 deals at a time?
Yeah, it's gone. It doesn't happen
He
anymore.
comes to Tottenham, changes all the way he works.
So he's probably thinking there's no point. What's the point of doing that? Because I'm not going to get any of them.
Yeah,
but
frustrating.
Look, it'll be clever if we get other signings. If not, then it's just a waste of time.
Yeah, agreed. Antonio Martial wants to leave Manchester United, but he's not interested in any loan moves to join English clubs. Newcastle and Tottenham have had approaches turned down. Barcelona, Sevilla and Juventus are 3 options to leave in January. Man United are asking for full salary covered and a loan fee. But apparently Martial does not want to leave on loan. Do you even want him on loan?
Yeah, I think a loan deal would do well for us because it's kind of a loan with like an option to buy for say 30 million or something, or 25 million. I think that would be a good deal for Tottenham because it gives him a chance to prove himself. It gives us extra numbers on the wing and up front. And we've got a quality player there. And because it's only a loan, we're not forced to buy him or anything if things don't work out. I wouldn't buy him right now because big wages and all that. But I think a loan deal definitely would be something I'd look at.
I wouldn't want to buy him. Check the tier list because we put him on stay away. But in terms of
spoilers, man, spoilers.
Well, this is coming out after. In terms of the in terms of a loan move for 6 months, I think try before you buy. And I think it can have the desired impact as well coming in for 6 months.
Yeah.
New environment for him, Premier League football, fighting for top 4. Why not?
Yeah, I think a loan deal would be great, but it doesn't sound like that's possible. So it sounds like he only wants permanent, and I wouldn't risk Martial right now unless it's a really good deal for us. I wouldn't risk it.
All right, let's move on. Let's talk about Christian Eriksen. As the Times reported yesterday that former Tottenham midfielder Christian Eriksen has had approaches from several Premier League clubs and hopes to finalise a move to one of them by the end of the week. But Ali Gold has forwarded on from that and says Tottenham Hotspur are not at this stage believed to be one of those clubs that are looking to bring Christian Eriksen back to the Premier League. And today, The Athletic have broken that Brentford are in talks with Christian Eriksen over a return to the Premier League. What a signing he would be for Brentford.
Yeah, I'm happy for him because there's obviously a lot of question marks over the future of his playing career after all that happened in the summer. And so for him to get a Premier League move, to get a chance again to start playing and to see him back on the pitch would be great for everyone. So look, whether it be at Tottenham or another club, I would just be happy to see him playing football again. That's the main thing. Would I have him back at Tottenham? Considering the issues we have with the squad, I probably would, considering he's on a free. Look, I would obviously want to put him through like an extensive medical and everything, but I think if he's fit enough to play, I would definitely consider it.
You're talking about a player whose stats spoke for themselves when he was at Tottenham Hotspur. And
played under Conte as well last year.
Yeah, played under Conte, won the league at Inter Milan. It took him a while to get to grips with the Conte system, but once he did, he was an integral part of that team. And if you're talking about Brentford taking him on till the end of the season, maybe we can just have a look at what he does at Brentford and maybe we can nab him at the end of the season.
Yeah, I mean, they're talking about a 6-month deal with an option of a further year. So if he's going to smash it out, I'm assuming they'll extend it for a year. But definitely, if it feels late in the window and he was still available, I'll definitely look at it.
Yeah, definitely. And let's move on to the last story of the update. And this is Dylan Markande. We brought you last week that he is in talks with Blackburn. And that's been progressed forward as he's having a medical at Blackburn today ahead of a permanent move, which is unfortunate because, everyone held him in high regard at Tottenham Hotspur. His contract was running out at the end of the season. He wanted first-team football, so that wasn't going to happen at Spurs, unfortunately. So we wish him the best, to be honest, but it's unfortunate, isn't it?
Maybe we're waiting for Markande to leave so we can make some time. And knowing leaving.
Yeah, get his $2,000 off the wage bill.
Knowing leaving, you never know. We're getting, $500,000 for him or something, which is what it is. But yeah, it is a shame that he's leaving without really having shown his full potential with the first team at Tottenham. But I wish him best of luck in the future and hopefully he smashes it at Blackburn. Yeah,
the rumours are that we do have quite a significant sell-on fee if Blackburn ever do sell him and he turns into a proper player. That's what I've been reading.
Okay.
But we don't have a buyback clause because just why would they put it in there?
Yeah.
But the only thing is why they would put it in there is that maybe they're thinking if they do wait to the summer, they're going to have a lot of competition for a signature for other Championship clubs and maybe lower-end Premier League clubs. So maybe just to stave off the competition.
But it sounds like they've got him. So.
Yeah, now, yeah. But and the last one, actually, Kieran Tete, another youth player, has joined Cheltenham on loan till the end of the season. So good luck to him.
Yeah, we brought him back to send him back on loan, right?
Back to send him back, yeah. I think he went to a bit of a higher level club.
Good for him.
From Northampton to Cheltenham. So
we'll keep tabs on him.
that is our Tottenham update for today. Let me know in the comment section below if you have any thoughts regarding any of the news stories brought to you today. Tomorrow, hopefully, we can talk about some more news, but we'll see what happens there. Like, subscribe, and comment. And as always, come on, you Spurs.